Around this time, I began to hear about Cross Counsel through the Men of Fire group here at Living Water. I began listening to the podcast regularly, and I couldn't deny the power of the testimonies I would hear on there, which is really why I'm up here, because that was huge for me. After experiencing a bout of anxiety on a recent camping trip, I knew that I had more work to do still. So this time I set up my first session with Cross Counsel. To date, I have seen I've seen results in some form during each session, but I had a profound moment of truth that I experienced in my most recent session just a few weeks ago. That session was inspired by a situation that happened between my wife and I, where I reacted, in my opinion, like an immature little boy. I came into my session wanting to dig at whatever was underneath that event, and I went to 4 or 5 memories from my childhood. Not long after that, I experienced a peace and warmth like I've heard several other people describe. It came over me and I just started crying. It was as if the Lord drew a line through all those memories and showed me that I had felt unsafe in all of them. And after that, I felt the Lord tell me that He was safe. The effect that this had on me was immediate. Although I had known in my head that Jesus was safe, I knew that my heart just believed it for the first time. I felt like a weight had been lifted off of me. When I got home, I shared my experience with my wife and my 2 older kids, explaining how the past memories connected to the present. And as the next few weeks unfolded, I noticed I didn't feel the same desire to guard my heart like I used to. I wanted to share my experience with as many people as I could because it was so powerful to me. I shared my story with several guys at the Men of Fire group, with some friends, and even my dad, who was able to confirm one of those memories and offer his own perspective on it. All these experiences felt like a domino effect to me, like God was showing me how when we allow ourselves to be vulnerable and honest, He will use our pain and bring something good from it. I think it was no coincidence that at this time I was reading through Ezekiel 37, which is about his vision of the valley of dry bones. It was as if He was showing me that it's not enough to get the skeletons out of the closet. He wants to put tendons and flesh on them and put them to use.
Hallelujah.
He wants to breathe life into the dark recesses of our minds so we can experience His love in full measure.
Wow.